So round 3 of the Megane Trophy Cup. We're at Tokyo South Outer Loop. It's a really fast track with a chicane of death, as it's been coined. I think it's going to lead to some exciting racing, lots of overtaking. Tokyo tracks, the Marmite tracks, you either like them or you hate them. Personally, I really like the way they flow. So we're going to get on with the lap right now. The hot lap begins at the chicane, so a really good exit is needed. It's a long way from the start finish line. So turn 1, braking is 2 or 3 car lengths before the 50 board. You want to bleed the speed. It's not a heavy braking zone, but you really do want to pick up the apex as close to the wall as possible and up to power as early as you can. Moving the car back over to the right hand side for the next left-hander. Again, clipping the apex close to the wall. Modulating the throttle through this section is a bit like Sector 1 at Suzuka. Positioning the car to be able to get up to power on the exits as early as possible. And the exit from that final left-hander is really important to carry as much speed down towards the heavy hit pin braking. So the hairpin braking is just before the 100 board. It's a late apex, so you want to carry as much speed into the braking zone. Aim the car for a late apex and up to power as early as possible, and you want to be up to full power without having to lift all the way through to the exit to carry as much speed as you can down this really long straight. The brake marker for this right hander is just before the 50 board. Again, it's a bleeding the speed corner. You want to hook up the apex as close to the wall as possible. Try not to brush it because that will hurt your exit speed, and up to power as early as possible. And now the chicane of death. So it's a heavy braking zone. You can take a lot of curb on this first part of it, and on the exit you don't want to take as much as I did there, because that then means I'm hesitating up to full power for the final run towards the start finish line, which is full power all the way, taking the shortest route possible towards the line. So let's see what that looks like in a lap. Approaching turn 1 here. Going to spot the braking just before the 50 board, bleeding the speed, hooking up the apex, positioning the car for the left hander, modulating the throttle as we go through this sequence of corners, moving the car back over to the right hand side and hopefully up to full power, dragging it all the way to the exit barrier, maximising the speed towards the hairpin. Spotting the braking again, late apex, slightly wide, which means I don't quite get to the curb at the apex, but I'm up to power really early, which is really important because this straight is exceptionally long and it's make or break for quick lap times. Going down the straights, you want to be using as little steering input as you possibly can, driving the shortest distance and the fastest line. As with all long straights, it's easy to get quite excited and miss your braking zone, but spot it, don't overrun, hook the apex up close to the wall and up to power. So the chicane, braking heavy, throwing it into the right hand side, clipping too much curb I am there, you can see the wiggle of oversteer, but I'm up to full power and I'm holding it through the final corner. I'm making a dash for that start finish line. It's quite a quick lap, but it's really easy to lose lap time. So good luck fellas, have fun.